The spotlight is firmly on the New England Patriots wide receiver group as we edge closer to the 2025 season. At the center of this discussion is Stefon Diggs, the team's marquee free agent addition, who arrived with high hopes of boosting the passing game. However, the start of his Patriots tenure has been anything but smooth, with recent events putting a cloud over his offseason preparations. Diggs has been absent from the voluntary offseason workouts in Foxborough, and that absence has been amplified by the circulation of a controversial video on social media. In the footage, he's seen enjoying time on a yacht with his girlfriend, Cardi B, and attending high-profile events like a New York Knicks game rather than being on the practice field with his new teammates. While Diggs is still rehabbing from off-season surgery, this off-field activity has sparked questions about his commitment and timing, especially given the critical stage of the team's off-season program. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that Diggs isn't the only notable Patriot missing from these sessions. Carlton Davis, another high-profile free agent signing who plays cornerback, was also spotted taking a personal vacation, seen riding jet skis instead of joining the team drills. Both players are voluntarily skipping the workouts, which by nature are optional, but the optics are complicated, especially when key contributors aren't physically present while the team tries to build chemistry and momentum. The video of Diggs has raised eyebrows beyond just the absence itself. There's been speculation about what else might be captured in the footage, including interactions with several women and unclear items he was distributing, though no concrete conclusions have been drawn. This ambiguity makes it difficult for the Patriots or even the NFL to take any disciplinary action, because without clear evidence or rule violations, punishment is almost impossible. Coach Mike Vrabel was asked about the situation during one of the early practice days, but was careful not to delve into specifics. He acknowledged being aware of the reports and confirmed he has communicated with all his players, regardless of their presence. Though he didn't reveal details about any conversations with Diggs, he emphasized that every player is expected to make wise decisions both on and off the field. Despite the distractions, Diggs appears to be continuing his recovery and training regimen away from Foxborough. There's footage from Wednesday of him running routes and doing drills, just not with the team in person. This separation during such a crucial period is less than ideal, and leaves the Patriots coaching staff walking a fine line between managing his rehab and ensuring team cohesion. The voluntary nature of these practices means no player is forced to attend, but when star players skip out, it naturally invites criticism and scrutiny. This kind of spotlight isn't what Diggs or the Patriots envisioned when they announced his signing. The wide receiver was brought in to be a game-changing presence and a dependable option for quarterback Drake May. Starting the Patriots chapter with controversy isn't the ideal narrative, but given Diggs' talent and work ethic in previous seasons, it's expected that this bump in the road won't derail his impact once fully healthy and integrated. Coach Vrabel's message suggests a zero-tolerance stance on distractions, signaling that while the situation might be tolerated now, continued off-field issues won't be allowed to affect the team's progress. Looking beyond Diggs, there's a bigger question looming over the Patriots' receiving core. Is the current roster equipped to support a high-powered offense, or are there gaps that need urgent attention? Pop Douglas, another receiver on the depth chart, has come under scrutiny. Many local sports analysts and insiders have started to wonder if Douglas truly fits the offensive scheme that Josh McDaniels, the Patriots' offensive coordinator, is. Running. McDaniels' offense relies heavily on timing, precise routes, and players who can operate seamlessly within the system, rather than improvising or going rogue. Douglas's comfort zone seems to be primarily inside the slot, and there's concern about how he would handle being shifted to an outside receiver position, where he might be less effective. If Diggs is to settle more into the slot role, which many believe suits him better, Douglas might be expected to slide into an outside role. That could be problematic. At this point in his career, Douglas hasn't demonstrated the consistent ability to be a true number one receiver. He's arguably more suited for the number two spot, a solid and reliable contributor, but not necessarily a star who can take over a game. The competition around him is fierce. Malcolm Hollins, who has been limited in practice recently due to injury, is expected to push for a significant role, likely as a boundary receiver. Then there's rookie Kyle Williams from Washington State, who is eager to prove himself and claim playing time. Williams' rookie status and potential make him a wild card in the battle for snaps, adding further pressure on Douglas to elevate his game. Below those key players, the Patriots roster is crowded with wide receivers competing for a limited number of spots. The team typically carries around 6 receivers, but there are at least 8 players vying for those positions, including Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, Kendrick Bourne, and Cam Booty. The early voluntary practice sessions haven't been kind to some of these guys. Baker and Polk, for example, struggled with drops during tough individual drills that simulate game-like situations involving sprinting and catching under pressure. While social media latched onto these mistakes and amplified them, it's worth noting that these drills are notoriously difficult and not necessarily reflective of a player's entire skill set. As the workouts progressed, Baker seemed to find his footing during team sessions, showing improvement and adaptability. Kendrick Bourne remains a player on the roster bubble due to his salary and inconsistent production over the past seasons. Meanwhile, Polk and Baker get a bit more leeway as younger players still developing and adjusting to the NFL level. Cam Booty, once a highly touted prospect with first-round grades 3 years ago, has been linked to trade rumors, highlighting the uncertainty around his place on the team. All these players face the challenge of standing out in an environment where every practice rep counts and competition is fierce. Adding an interesting dynamic to the Patriots wide receiver situation is undrafted free agent Stefon Diggs from Eastern Washington. Chisholm could carve out a role as a kick or punt returner, giving him a valuable niche on special teams, which historically has been a pathway to earning and keeping a roster spot. Comparisons to former Patriots greats like Wes Welker and Julian Edelman aren't casual. Chisholm's playing style and versatility might remind fans of those players who thrive by being more than just wide receivers. If he quickly impresses in camp and preseason, Chisholm could challenge the established receivers for playing time, especially given the fluid nature of this group. The uncertainty surrounding Diggs' offseason and the crowded receiver room has led to speculation that the Patriots might explore options beyond their current roster. The team has the financial flexibility to consider 1-year or short-term deals that wouldn't heavily impact their salary cap or future plans. Veteran receivers like Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper, both experienced and proven producers, could be targets if the Patriots want to add a reliable number 1 receiver. Although these players have had ups and downs recently, whether due to age, injuries, or changes in role, they still represent a significant upgrade at the position if available on reasonable terms. Tyler Boyd, who spent many years with the Cincinnati Bengals before a recent stint with the Tennessee Titans, could also be a candidate to add depth and veteran savvy. Boyd's style fits well in timing-based offenses and might appeal to the Patriots staff as they weigh options. However, Boyd's role would likely be more of a complementary piece rather than a featured receiver. Among the top remaining free agents at wide receiver, Allen and Cooper stand out as the highest profile, while others like Gabe Davis, Nelson Aguilar, and DJ Chark don't seem like ideal fits for New England's current needs or financial parameters. The voluntary workouts continue and the offseason unfolds. The Patriots' wide receiver room remains one of the most intriguing and unpredictable aspects of the team's roster. Day-to-day changes in availability, performance, and health will dictate who emerges as the primary targets for the offense once the season kicks off. The coaching staff's ability to manage personalities, develop talent, and integrate new additions like Diggs will be critical to the team's success. For now, patience is necessary, but the stakes are high, with every practice and decision carrying weight in what promises to be a very competitive wide receiver group in Foxborough. As the Patriots continue their offseason journey, the spotlight on the wide receiver position intensifies, with the team's future offensive success largely hinging on how this group shapes up. The uncertainty surrounding Stefon Diggs adds a layer of complexity that the Patriots' front office and coaching staff will have to navigate carefully. Diggs, undeniably a talented receiver with elite route running skills and playmaking ability, is expected to be a cornerstone of the offense once fully healthy and integrated. However, the early questions about his commitment and focus, fueled by the offseason video and his absence from voluntary workouts, mean that he will need to prove himself on and off the field moving forward. Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels have made it clear that no player is above the team, and maintaining a disciplined, focused locker room environment is a priority. The Patriots system demands precision, timing, and unselfish play, which means that every receiver must buy into the team concept fully. If Diggs wants to cement his role as the primary target, he will need to demonstrate leadership, consistency, and professionalism, especially when other players around him are fighting tooth and nail for their opportunities. Pop Douglas finds himself in a precarious position. While he has shown flashes of potential and is valued for his versatility, he has yet to solidify himself as a true number one wide receiver. The Patriots will need him to step up and become a reliable second option, especially if Diggs is limited early in the season or continues to face distractions. Douglas's ability to operate within McDaniels' offense, execute precise routes, and avoid mental errors will be critical. If he struggles to adapt or perform, the Patriots may find themselves forced to look elsewhere sooner than later. Malcolm Hollins and rookie Kyle Williams represent hope and competition within the depth chart. Hollins, who has dealt with injuries, has shown enough in practice to suggest he could become a significant contributor if healthy. Williams brings the energy and potential of a rookie hungry to make his mark. The battle among these receivers will be fierce and could lead to some surprising roster decisions come final cuts. The coaching staff will have to weigh production, potential, and scheme fit as they finalize the group that will suit up each week. Beyond the players currently on the roster, the Patriots are keeping their options open in free agency. The possibility of signing a veteran wide receiver like Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper remains on the table. Both players have proven themselves as reliable targets over the years and could provide immediate impact if brought in. Their experience would be valuable for a Patriots team looking to balance youth with seasoned professionals. However, any acquisition would have to make sense financially and strategically. The Patriots are mindful of their salary cap and long-term flexibility, so any moves would likely be short-term deals with minimal risk. Tyler Boyd is another name floating in the mix. Though not expected to be a top option, Boyd's steady presence and experience in timing-based offenses could make him a useful addition to the receiving core. His presence could also push younger receivers to elevate their game. For now, the Patriots appear to be betting on internal competition and development rather than big splash signings. The reality is that the wide receiver position for New England in 2025 is a work in progress, with no clear answers just yet, and the coming months will be crucial for these players to prove themselves in practice, preseason games, and meetings. The Patriots' offense will rely heavily on the chemistry between the quarterback and his receivers, and whoever emerges from this crowded group will need to be ready to step up and perform under pressure. Special teams could also be a deciding factor for some of these players. Efan Chisholm, the undrafted free agent who showed promise as a returner, might earn his spot by contributing in this phase of the game. Special teams often serve as a gateway for receivers and other skilled players trying to break into the lineup, so players like Chisholm will be watched closely. At the end of the day, the Patriots' wide receiver room is emblematic of the broader challenges the team faces. Balancing talent, attitude, development, and roster management is never easy, but it is crucial for sustained success. With the right mix of veteran leadership, emerging talent, and disciplined coaching, the Patriots can transform this group into a formidable unit that helps drive the team's quest for another championship run. The upcoming season will reveal whether Stefon Diggs can overcome early distractions and injury setbacks, whether Pop Douglas and others can rise to the occasion, and whether the Patriots will need to look outside their current roster to find that missing piece. As fans and analysts continue to watch the unfolding story, one thing is certain: the Patriots' wide receiver position will be one of the most compelling storylines of 2025, filled with opportunity, pressure, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. For we continue. Don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what is stirring the NFL rumor mill, whispers have started to swirl around a blockbuster potential move that could shake the league to its core. Sources are buzzing with talk that Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs' star tight end and one of the most dominant offensive weapons in the game, might be gearing up for a shocking new chapter, possibly suiting up for the New England Patriots. Although nothing has been officially announced, the rumor gained steam quickly, with insiders suggesting that negotiations have been quietly underway. If true, this would mark a dramatic shift for Kelce, who has been a cornerstone of the Chiefs' high-powered offense for years, linking up with Patrick Mahomes to create one of the most lethal duos in NFL history. The Patriots, meanwhile, have been in a rebuilding phase, searching for impact players who can elevate their offense and change the dynamics of their game plan. Adding Kelce to their roster could provide a massive boost, instantly turning New England into a much more formidable threat in the AFC East and beyond. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about what this move could mean for the Patriots' offensive schemes. Kelce's unique combination of size, speed, and route-running prowess has made him a nightmare matchup for defenses and a reliable target in clutch moments. Pairing him with the Patriots' quarterback situation, which has seen its share of challenges in recent seasons, might offer a fresh spark to New England's passing game. Of course, questions remain. Would Kelce's star power and playing style mesh well with the Patriots' traditionally disciplined and system-driven approach under head coach Bill Belichick? How would the Chiefs react to losing such a key offensive piece? And could this signal a larger reshuffling of their roster? Speculation is running wild as fans try to piece together the implications of this possible deal. Some insiders suggest that if the Patriots can seal the deal, they could become immediate contenders, changing the landscape of the league and adding a new wrinkle to the AFC playoff battles. While the NFL world waits for official confirmation or denial, one thing is clear. If Travis Kelce does join the Patriots, it would be one of the most surprising and talked about moves of the offseason, setting the stage for an electrifying new rivalry and plenty of intrigue heading into the next season. Stay tuned because this rumor is only just heating up. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.